6:30. We'll probably be joined by Council Member Martinez here shortly, but we're joined for the City Council tonight by Council Member Parizek, Member Dominguez, Mayor ProTem McFerren, Council Member Schiltz. So welcome everyone. And first item is approval of the agenda, and I believe there is a amendment to the agenda. So if it's fine with the council, I'll recognize Mayor ProTem McFerren.
Okay, there's an amendment to the agenda in that we need to leave off or remove line item F on it because we thought we were going to be able to finalize discussions with the attorney, and that didn't happen because of scheduling. So we'll bring that up at further meetings because we just need to make sure we're all good to go on that.
So there's a motion on the floor to amend the agenda to remove item, is that 8F? I think so. Yeah. Is there a second? Okay. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. We'll move to item number 3, approval of the consent agenda, which is the City Council minutes from November 4th, 2025. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and we will move to item number 4, reports. And in your packet is a report from the city engineer. Any questions or discussion about the report submitted by the city engineer?
I did have one question that I saw there was like having town hall. Is that going to be addressed by us, or he's going to set it up?
The engineer will set that up. And that is for the street update. Yeah.
There also were a couple of items in there that were to be completed by the 15th. The date of its report was the 13th, so I assume those have been approved. So, all right. Any other questions or comments about the engineer's report? Hearing none, we'll move on to the city manager's report.
Just have a quick verbal update for you. The last couple of weeks, it's been some ongoing extensive work with the legal counsel. Without going into too much detail, it has to do with litigation. The clerk and I have been working on the financial reports that you have in your council packet tonight. Again, primarily falling on the clerk to do the reports. With my assistance is the checks and balance of those reports. Ongoing work with FEMA, Cody Franklin and myself have been continued work. We're down to just the electric utility work with FEMA. And we had a meeting again with them today, separating out damage versus mitigation. And again, that there's information in your packet tonight regarding the electric poles. Which is a part of the FEMA work, but it's also work that has to be done because when the poles were inventoried, they were damaged significantly enough that they have to be replaced. They didn't pass inspection from the company that handles our inspection of the poles. So congratulations, Mayor, Councilmember Dominguez and Councilmember Martinez for your election. And as the clerk had stated, she's verified with our county auditor that you would not be required to do the open or the public hearing or public notice open meetings law training that's now required. However, we did talk about maybe having that training either way.
Yeah.
Both the training. We met with the city staff on November 4th for open enrollment benefits. So everybody's had their information presented to them for open enrollment and benefits. I'm happy to announce our premiums did continue to stay down another year. So we're well under a 5% increase. Those are just administrative, not out of the norm, costs, but those were good to hear again. Or urban renewal work I've been working on, is working with, the We Lead, team over there with updating our agreements under our, where we are funding a portion or where we're funding our partnership through the TIF agreements. And so, we're working through that agreement to cover and update information that we've, the mayor, myself, and the team has been talking about over the past year. Working on internal advances to update that information. And again, with the same work, including the 80-20 annexation and, the other part of legal work that we've been doing, as we talked about with the building and grounds, the lease agreements for the use of the rooms here, for the current organizations and the, future potential use for the public to rent those spaces. On 11/14, attended the We Lead quarterly meeting, and that was really good. We had a presentation with and tell me again how you say it. Energy.
Energy.
Yeah. And then Eric Lee, author from University of Iowa. Haven't got to read the book yet, but on analyticals. So I'll try to pass that information on in the next report. Tomorrow morning, we have safety training for the entire organization. This will be going over policies such as sexual harassment, is a primary piece of our policy of an annual training. And then on 11/20, I have the We Lead, our board meeting. And then at 1:30 in the afternoon, we've scheduled a ministerial association that would like to talk to mayor and city staff about creating potential for youth programming or use for youth, specifically to, I don't know, I want to call it between the ages of 12 and 15 possibly. Just trying to look at some options or opportunities maybe here in this building. I unfortunately won't be able to be at the meeting. I will be attending a legal conference in Johnston, Iowa with Cody with IMAU going over utility billing, and some legal aspects that go with that. I kind of got the whole book, but I'm sure the individuals that'll be here, I know we have the director, the library director and the chief, and the mayor present on that conversation too. So, unfortunately, we did get a resignation from Sergeant Blocker. He provided us a resignation, I think it was last week. Just supported his family. I believe at this time he's leaving law enforcement, just to look at other opportunities, but wanting to spend more time with his family. Does that sound correct, Chief? Good news, Austin, Maine, completed and passed his grade 3 certification for the wastewater treatment plant. So now we have Jerry has his, now we have Austin, and Edgar is currently studying to take his test. So we have on last Friday, due to the construction on 4th Street, the contractors had hit a valve which caused us to have to go into a boil order. And so that was posted as of Monday. All the testing came back. There was no bacteria in the water, and we were able to continue use of our water, just in case if you hadn't heard that information. And then I just from a bigger part here of my time was spent with some nuisance items, visiting with some of the property owners that have received letters and correcting and working with them to correct. A bigger thing, again, I think I mentioned this at the last meeting, is having businesses out of homes. We continually run into that situation with property owners, and that includes where, they're parking equipment in their yards, on their property, also parking large pieces of equipment, such as construction equipment, on the street. So, again, we want to work with individuals, but it's that education and letting them know that the residential area is not where, to have that. Sharing with them, opportunities such as we really have some new buildings, and connecting them over to we need to see if there's some opportunity to get them into, some type of if it's a storefront that they need, or if it's a building that they need to put their equipment, and working through that. So where we have to have those conversations, we're also trying to promote opportunity with the individuals, so. And then, the other part is I've been busy with dog bites, so I don't know, for whatever's going on right now, dogs are on wild, so. So that is all I have, unless you have any other questions.
Are there questions from the council or comments from the council about the city manager's report? To my knowledge, there've been no committee reports or committee meetings since we met last time. Lee mentioned that we'll be meeting, or I'll be meeting with the Ministerial Alliance on Thursday afternoon at 1:30 here at the administration building. So we can't have everyone there or quorum there unless we posted it, but if folks are interested in attending that meeting, let me know. At 1:30 on Thursday. Okay, we'll move on to item number 5A, vendor voucher claim list number 1 in the amount of $788,768.22. Is there a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. We'll move on to 5B, which has been separated out because it's a claim or a bill submitted by Cardinal Sign, and it's in the amount of $515. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Second. Is there discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I'm gonna abstain from this vote.
All right. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. And it is approved. We move on to item 5C, library prepaid claim list in the amount of $37,701.67. Is there a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Is there a second? Second. Is there discussion?
Ally, what are the deposit refunds for?
I'll take your phones.
Say it again. Nope. Say it again.
Councilmember Martinez was asking on your prepaid claims what the deposit refunds are.
Let me look.
Her speaker is working.
Yeah.
Because her screen's lighting up, so it's picking up her audio, but ours aren't.
She's just really quiet. Sound goes out of the owl bar.
Councilmember Martinez, that's not on the library, that's on the prepaid claims list, and those are deposit refunds for utility billing customers.
Thank you, Shari.
Yes.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Thanks, Ally.
All right. Is there further discussion about the library claims? I think we have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and we will move on to item number 6, which is public comments or correspondence. And that this is the time that's set aside for items that are not on the agenda. And we ask that you state your name and address for the record, and that you keep the comments to no more than 2 minutes. Are there public comments?
Yes. Hi, I'm Jacob Lane, 619 North Calhoun Street, and the director of the Chamber of Commerce. This is the big weekend, the weekend of the holiday open house, which is going to be Saturday and Sunday, Saturday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then Sunday, 1 to 5 p.m. Sunday, we'll be closing down Calhoun Street with the help of the police department, and we'll have lots of children's activities. This has been a lot of work in the making, but I think it's going to be a fun time. You know, I've given each of you a map, and we've got almost 50 plus businesses, organizations, activities, different things happening over the course of 2 days, you know, from our holiday movie on Saturday. And then I would like to personally invite all of you to come to the big finale, which occurs Sunday evening at 5:30 when we light the city Christmas tree. It's at people call it the old city hall, but it's the police department building now, but you all know what I'm talking about. So it'd be awesome if you guys could make it out for that. But I think this is going to be a great event as it is every year. Hoping that the rain that we had today spits all out and we have a good weekend, but we got a lot of participation and a lot of great things planned. And if you have any questions for me, let me know.
You know if the Grinch was invited to the movie,
The Grinch will be in,
free movie?
the Grinch is showing for the free movie. He won't be showing up at the movie, but he'll be right over there at the West Liberty Foods Market and Cafe in person. If you want a photo with him. There's also going to be a photo opportunity with a Mini Moo, she calls it, over at the West Liberty Locker. It's a small cow. So lots of fun things. So
Looks like wonderful, so.
yes, please come out, especially Sunday if you got kids. But so Saturday is focused on shopping local, and then Sundays are a day for the kiddos. So, but you can shop local on that day too as well. So thank you.
Other public comments.
Just to jump on to
Sorry.
Mr. Lane's.
Yeah.
So the city of West Liberty will be hosting a tree contest from our
Yes.
departments at the city hall, the former city hall. See, we just want to be like the school where we say, you know, the elementary school that's now the middle school,
Yeah.
or the high school or middle school. So we're just trying to stay
Old
right.
City Hall for the
yeah,
next 20
yeah.
years. Yeah.
And so, we'll be the city will be participating.
And we're very grateful that you're doing that.
Yeah.
All right.
Next up,
Yeah, I'm Phil Weiss, 1716 Ward Avenue, Muscatine, Iowa. My office is 119 East 3rd Street. The director of We Lead, and just a little update. We've been really busy working on grants. Both TIF grants are moving right along. I would expect by next council meeting to hopefully have both finished, if not the following one, but both are moving along. I know that the one at Big Imprint was on the back, but if you've driven past Yolanda's, the front is looking good. Still needs some more glass there, but moving right along. And been spending a lot of time too, just working with the state of Iowa, trying to work on the next Catalyst grant. Catalyst grant would be $100,000 grant that would help with the building facade. So I did go to a workshop in Des Moines, and learned all about what we need to do to write a good grant to get awarded that money, and hopefully we get one, over the next several years. But the two gyms that are in charge of that program are actually going to be here the second week in December to walk around downtown, work with a couple of building owners. So some good things are happening downtown. And then the last thing I want to mention, and this is probably I'm just really proud to share this. Chief Hauser has been working really hard at raising money for Shop with a Cop. He sent a letter out to business people in our community, and they have responded very generously. He requested a grant for Walmart, and they also awarded a $3,000 grant, which it just shows how dedicated he is to helping our kids at Christmas. But I've talked to other chief police that do Shop with a Cop in towns our size, and I mean, they're just blown away. Like, there's so many kids in this town that are going to be helped this year because of your efforts. And just in the last 2.5 weeks, I think I've seen over $4,000 come in from business people and individual donors. because, you've built those relationships and, asked for that money. So congratulations. That's, we're lucky to have you, and you should be really proud of that effort. It's going to be a good Christmas for a lot of kids in our town. So that's all I have.
It's September 10th. And I think 17th.
December 10th.
December. Yes, December 10th. Sorry. I went last year on it, and I know it interferes with work schedules and so forth, but if you ever have the opportunity to participate in this, I encourage you to do it. It is a very moving experience, and to see all the coordination that has to go in to make this worthwhile. It's amazing. All right. Wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can sit. It was fine. Yeah. Better for all of us.
Person did label me a faultless. Okay, Clifford McFerren, 411 3rd Street. I've got a couple things I want to say, and a couple concerns. Stop me if I go too long. First of all, from a farmer's market standpoint, as being one of the chairs of that, I would like to thank the city for the cooperation of us having Spencer Street. I thought it went really well. We tried some great things. Some things really went well, some things didn't. And I made recommendations to the chamber for next year. So we'll see what they mull over and what we can do better for next year. So I'm just very appreciative of that. Of that, while sitting there for a good part of the time, I ended up counting cars going through the stop sign. Nothing new, I'm sure. But what I did was I extrapolated the 5 hours every Wednesday throughout the 26 weeks and came up with about 520 vehicles that they have to stop for one reason or another. It was about 50-50, east and west, didn't much matter which way. I've got several ideas. You don't complain about something without ideas, and I'd be happy to share those with the city manager and the chief and city staff at a separate appointment. We don't need to go into details there, but I just thought it was kind of fun fact just to feel out what you guys were thinking. Everybody knows people don't really stop there all that well. It's just hard to see as intersection stuff. So, also noticed while sitting there at the farmers market, lots of West Liberty Foods traffic coming up and down the 3rd Street there. Used to be, a while back, we're directing them to go Columbus to A Street and over to the plant. They would come back out that way and go back out instead of coming through downtown. And the ones that were starting to scare me were the rendering trucks that were coming through downtown, stopping when they did stop at the stop sign. Most of the Murphy drivers stopped. Some of them didn't, but when they stopped there, fully loaded, if they were to hit the clutch too fast, we would have a gush out the back all through downtown. Which takes me to what happened in front of the middle school, that horrible biotoxic spill that we had, that they had. And I was very concerned about that. That happened many years ago, back when I was mayor and on city council, where that was a major problem. And that was being caused by overloading the trucks and the company not saying, no, we can't haul, that's too heavy. They would haul it anyway. The tarps don't much cut. So we had the same issue here, where I think he hit the brakes too hard or whatever, and it rushed out the front and splattered all over it. I think you were there, if I recall. And that leads you to, it used to be you have to call DNR and you had to have, somebody certified that it was cleaned up properly. Once the trucking company leaves with it, it's their responsibility, not necessarily West Liberty Foods, but I think they were the ones to help respond to that. And there's still a greasy mess out there, but it looks like it's safe. The concerns I have is that's right there at the middle school. Kids are crossing, the elementary kids are crossing there. And that's where it always seems to happen, is right at that location. So maybe a discussion again with West Liberty Foods and or Murphy's Trucking is the one that's hauling it. I think part of that school stop sign bring out. Yep, the stop sign was, all of a sudden they did not see it, they hit the brake real hard, it's splash. So I think that's needs to be addressed. Also, along with the traffic routing needs to be addressed on some of that, because when it comes to biohazard, people do get excited about that, especially you've got children involved. That could be even worse. So please take that into advisement and consider looking at that again. So those are the only things I really had that I wanted to discuss, the things that I had seen. That might be fair. But again, I want to thank City for allowing us to do the farmer's market. From a farmer's market standpoint, there was 3 of us. And we all enjoyed working it, but it was 26 weeks and lots of data that you probably don't want. But there you go. Right.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to city council public comments and or correspondence and begin with Councilmember Martinez.
Let's go remember now.
Okay, I'll go ahead.
I know somebody said something to me, but
Okay. I don't have anything. Okay. ProTem.
A couple of things. I did receive a concern over that spill too, the rendering spill
Yeah.
on the highway. But I had spoken to city manager on that and was briefed about the details of the spill, so. Also, I received a letter from a concerned citizen in regards to it. Okay, it isn't particularly within our city limits, but it does concern the city as far as the environment goes, that there have been some documentation and complaints in regards to a farm outside of Atalissa that is dumping like carcasses, animal carcasses, fowl, dead fowl, eggs, and other like hazards like mechanical grease type things, as well as waste, animal waste. And I don't believe that they're following proper procedures in doing it, but I do believe, I did hear that the DNR, the county were notified, so I believe they're aware of it. But my concern, as now that I read this, was the fact that because this deals with animal waste and dead birds, that is in close proximity of one of our huge economic markets, which is West Liberty Foods. And if something should go wrong with that, then we're in a lot of trouble, especially with that bird flu. So I just wanted to make people aware that this is happening and just kind of find out if there is any way that as a council, we could just keep updated on it. We can advocate for making sure that, you know, the county and the DNR, you know, oversee this. So
Well,
that's what I received.
I was in the legislature when the union flu hit, and the amount of fowl carcasses that this state had to rid of and the impact, the economic impact, that was pretty powerful and that's significant. So do we know if West Liberty Foods has been informed of this?
That I don't know, but that is,
Checking.
that is a concern because it is, it's outdoor.
Yeah.
It's just a few miles outside of Atalissa, I guess, and it is in proximity to where, just, birds in general are picking through this trash. And so, and not only is it dead fowl, but I believe, I understand there's maybe other dead animals as well. So I just want to make people aware.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Councilmember Martinez, or Dominguez, sorry.
So I had a student that goes to Iowa, grad student who goes to Iowa, approached me, who is really active on the trans advisory committee for Johnson County, and they are trying to work with municipalities in Johnson County to promote the city councils to adopt a human rights policy and resolutions. More of like a statement to protect our residents, particularly those that share marginalized identities. And they said they would send it my way, and so I'll forward it to Mayor when I get some of that information to see if it's something that we as a council are interested in adopting. And then in addition, I had David Goodner reach out about as requested, because I wanted to know what they were talking about when they were posting about, some of the things they were going to different councils to advocate for with businesses, and I'm glad that Phil is here, maybe you know more about it, but they're proposing, some protections that cities are putting in place, or expectations for businesses when it comes to unlawful, attempts to go into businesses and apprehend employees or members of the public without warrants. So,
I'm attending a workshop Thursday on this topic.
oh, perfect, great.
Yep.
Yeah, so David did forward some stuff to me, maybe I'll also include you, Phil, on that when I forward that, but I'll forward it to you now so you can review, and maybe we can talk about it next meeting.
Yeah.
And that's all.
I would recommend that have chief included on the thing that,
Yeah,
you know, from our legal perspective or from the state. So we're not sidestepping.
Yeah.
Councilmember Parizek.
I haven't received anything on.
City manager.
The only thing I have received, I think, Mr. Morrison, was it Roger, that he had stated that he was upset about the tree trimming of his trees, so I think Cody Franklin is gonna follow up with him. He didn't like the how it was trimmed around the utility line and wasn't real comfortable with how that was handled. And then we had another customer that had asked about putting in a drive-through for seniors to drop off their utility payments. So
Oh,
so that's
okay.
I did think of one more thing.
Oh, sure.
Here, I forgot to mention this. So I was asked by this national organization called Local Progress that I'm a part of to be a member of their nationwide immigration review council. And so I'll be joining a handful of other elected officials across the nation. And our first meeting is December 2nd, so I will let y'all know how that goes.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
City clerk.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on to item 7A, which is discussion and appropriate action by the City Council of West Liberty on authorization to establish a legacy memorial in partnership with St. Joseph's Church, Davenport Diocese, and the family of Father Guillermo Trevino. Trevino, thank you. So first is discussion and then motion and then a consent vote here. So what are people's thoughts?
I think it's wonderful, and I think it's the most respectful way to include the church and the family to get their insight because they know Father best, and we want to make sure that we're doing something that he would approve of and that would be meaningful to him. So I think it's a great proposal. I was happy to see it in our market. It's a great proposal to let you guys go and figure out what to propose there.
I would like to add that when I think of Father Guillermo, I think two words come to mind. I said this the other day in the meeting, is protection and advocacy. That one of the comments that he made to me was he commented about me not losing elections, and he said, I've never lost a cause. And anyone who worked with him knew that he threw himself, when he believed in a cause, he threw himself into that. And those causes to me were always around protection and advocacy. And when I was a mental health therapist, we had a playroom similar to what Lee has put together here in this building. That I haven't had a chance to talk to the chief about this, nor have I had a chance to talk to child protective workers or people. But it seems to me like that might be one of the things to look at, where children could be interviewed if needed and families could be interviewed. Under the those umbrellas of protecting and advocating for people. So those are my comments. Any other comments from the council?
Maybe we can make this dream come true and build a statue.
Yeah.
He said that he wanted a statue.
He's said that a couple times.
Ah,
That was
okay.
his goal to have a statue.
He also wanted a Taco Bell.
Yes, that's,
That would be the ultimate memorial.
yeah.
I think he preserves whatever we can come up with, and I don't know if like the diocese has like certain regulations.
Yeah, let's hear. Yeah, I
You
think
know,
in the family, I like how this is proposed.
it's just, it opens the door for something to move forward in.
Okay, so is there a motion to proceed with this? Is there a second?
Okay.
Is there discussion? Oh, we had discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and we'll move on to B, resolution 2021-1118-285, a resolution approving the filing of the annual urban renewal report for fiscal year 2025 to the Iowa Department of Management. Is there a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Okay.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
McFerren,
Yes.
Schiltz,
Yes.
Dominguez,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
motion passes 5-0.
And we move to item C, the 2025-1118-286, a resolution approving the filing of the tax increment financing TIF certification with the Muscatine County Auditor's Office. Is there a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Schiltz,
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
Dominguez.
Yes.
Martinez.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Item 7D, resolution 2025-1118-287, a resolution obligating funds from the Urban Renewal Tax Revenue Fund for appropriation to the payment of annual appropriation tax increment finance obligations which shall come due in the next succeeding fiscal year. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Dominguez,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Schiltz,
Yes.
Martinez.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Next up is 7E, resolution 2025-1118-288, a resolution authorizing the transfer of funds from the general fund to the tax increment financing TIF fund to correct prior year entries. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Parizek,
Yes.
Schiltz,
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Dominguez,
Yes.
Martinez.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
7F, resolution 20.
We got rid of that one.
Oh, thank you.
Yep,
very
that's the one.
much. Right. 7G, resolution 2025-1118-090 or -290, a resolution approving the street finance report for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, and authorizing the clerk to file with the Iowa Department of Transportation. Is there a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Is this a roll call?
It sure is.
The clerk will call the roll.
McFerren,
Yes.
Schiltz,
Yes.
Dominguez,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
Martinez.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
7H, resolution 2025-1118-291, a resolution to accept and approve the annual financial report for the fiscal year ending July 30th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion
to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Martinez,
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
Dominguez.
Yes.
Schiltz,
Yes.
motion passes 5-0.
Next up is item 7I, resolution 2025-1118-292, a resolution to approve the contract and construction design package provided by BHMG for the storm pole replacement for the West Liberty Electrical Department. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Schiltz,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
Dominguez.
Yeah.
Motion passes 5-0.
Next up is resolution 2025-1118-293, a resolution to approve the contract agreement with Intren. Is that how it's pronounced, Intren, for the damaged storm pole replacement project in the city of West Liberty, Iowa. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Is there a second? Second. Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Dominguez,
Yes.
Schiltz,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Parizek.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, we are now to item 7K, preview of next council meeting. We're kind of to the end of the year and kind of winding down with things. I am not aware of any big ticket items coming up. Councilmember Dominguez mentioned possibility of looking at some things that are being proposed by communities around us. And so those may be things that we discuss during the next council meeting. So other than that, anything from the city clerk or the city manager?
Just that we have, so for Muscatine County Fair, congratulations to them, they're gonna be moving their events to the new event center in January. So with that, they're gonna transfer their liquor license location from the current activity center to the event center. So that'll be on, and then I hope to get our goal setting session planned by that next meeting too as well. So.
All right, with that, we are to item number 8, which is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Is there a second? Is there discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and we are adjourned.